Joining me now, trial attorney Kelly Hyman. So Kelly, first help me understand the extradition process. These are charges that come from the UK, and how could Marco Rubio step in?
So there is a treaty between the U.S. and the U.K. And so what that treaty means is the U.K. is asking for them to be brought back to the U.K. for charges. Now, there's a judge that hears the case, and there's two key elements that the judge looks at. One is in regards to the charges. Now, are the charges something that they could be charged in the U.S.? And so such as sex trafficking, rape, assault, those are charges in the U.S. And so that requirement, that element is met. The second one is probable cause. And what that means is based on the evidence presented by the prosecutor, is there a reasonable basis that the defendants committed these charges and they are the ones that committed these charges as well? And so once that happens, if in fact the judge believes there's probable cause, then they could be extradited, but it can go through the appeals process. But before they're extradited, the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, needs to sign off on the warrant. So if he doesn't sign off on the warrant, then they're not extradited to the UK.
I want to play for you and for the audience just a sense of how they talk publicly, because they are best known as commentators, and here's a sample.
It's about the fact that she belongs to him and the intimate parts of her body belong to him because they're in a relationship. And if she wants to sell those, he has a stake in those intimate parts of her body.
You can't slander me, because I will state right now that I am absolutely sexist and I'm absolutely a misogynist.
I think that there's a world of people who support Tate who say he's being gone after for his views and his political views, and that in particular can be harsher in the UK. How do you see these charges? What do they reflect about actual UK questions of crimes?
So when we look at the legal requirements in the UK of what exactly they're being charged with, they are being charged with rape, they are being charged with sex trafficking, they are being charged with assault. We have to remember that these are serious charges. As someone that represents victims of sex trafficking and human trafficking, these are very graphic detail that they go through and they tell. And according to what has been reported, that these women assert that they have been choked, that they have been raped, that they have been beaten. Now, from the defense standpoint, they are innocent until proven guilty, and they're saying that they are being prosecuted because of their political speech. And that's definitely one of the arguments that defense is going to make in regards to the extradition, that it's totally politically motivated, that it's a political job, and try and convince the judge that they should not be extradited.
So just to be clear, this extradition conversation really matters. This is not some pro forma thing, as in, if they are successful in preventing this extradition, then that means the UK can't go after them ever again. I mean, could a US court go after them?
They are being investigated on so many fronts. They are being investigated in the U.S., in Florida. They have charges in Romania and the U.K. So now what's key is you talk about in regards to the extradition, when they sign off on the warrant, they are specific charges, and only those charges that they signed off, and whether that's sex trafficking or that's rape, are going to be tried in the UK. So if they're not extradited on specific charges, then the UK defense will argue that they cannot charge them of those charges.
Okay, Kelly Hyman, I know it's complicated. I really appreciate you explaining to us. Hope to have you back.